Okay, so looking through a closet, I'm finding some old toys that got put away.
Uh-oh.
Probably late 1990s, early
Uh-oh.
2000s, there was a company called Neurosmith, and they made a lot of very cool toys. This one was called the Musini, and it's basically a music maker. And it did also have, I mean, you can see I actually bought this one at a thrift store a few years back because we had lost our original one. So the Neurosmith toys are pretty indestructible. So you'll find them probably on eBay, on some of the yard sale sites, some of the consignment stores. And they were, oh, because they were pretty durable toys at the time, they were in the more expensive range, but not out of range. Like, I think I probably paid $30 or $40 for this, which back then would have been considered a high priced toy. But the nice thing about this back then, too, was that it had expansion capabilities. So there were cartridges that we could put in here that would give us whole new sounds. And I believe that one of these was for headphones, but we really don't use headphones. Thomas doesn't like them. So with the Musini, there's your speaker. You can put it, we've put it on the floor. When I've used it with kids who are standing, we've used it with Tommy in the bed. We also used it a lot on the wheelchair tray. And it's pretty heavy, so you really don't want anyone carrying it around. So on the bottom, you have okay, it takes batteries. You have the on-off switch, and then there is a sensitivity switch. So basically, this responds to movement. So when there's absolutely no movement, it doesn't make music. I have it set on high sensitivity, and this is actually an air mattress. Oh, and there goes Tommy. So any little bit of, you're going to move it with your feet, any little bit of movement around it is going to make the music. And you can, should that be loud? There's our volume button. And then this changes the sound. And then these buttons add sound. Tommy used to like to press these when it was on his wheelchair tray. And really the act of him then pressing this created enough movement that it would go. And it just has these little lights here. So it's not a big light up toy. It's more about the music and the sound. And it does have the speakers on both sides. You gonna do it again? You gonna kick your feet? Go ahead.
Oh, fine.
You're not moving, so it's there you go. See, that wasn't a really big movement. All right, let's switch up your position. That was actually. Let's see if we put it on your lap, if you can reach the buttons. You gonna try and reach the buttons? Go for it. There you go. Remember this one? You have to give it a push. And then you can go over here. Woo! So this really can be used at both ends of the movement spectrum. If you're doing it on the bed, it's just going to take a little bit of movement from the body to vibrate your mattress a little. That's going to then make it move. If you have someone who's very active and you put it on the floor, when they're running around the room, it's going to activate it and keep going. So again, this one is the Musini. And this would be considered a retro toy. The company, you can still look it up online, is Neurosmith. But when I just did like a general search, you can actually, because these are so durable and long lasting, You can find some of them online without having to look too hard. And like I said, we got this one from a thrift store. Our original one we had more than 10 years. And they may even still have some of the cartridges to go with it, to actually expand the sound. If I recall, there was like a reggae cartridge, classical music. But Tom's always been pretty happy with what's right on here. You gonna do it again? Are you thinking about it? Yeah? All right, I'm gonna put it back down at your feet. There we go. All right. There go your feet. I think that's where we're gonna leave it for a little bit. All right, the Musini.